Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to read through the full article here. It is fairly short. It's somewhat breaking news. It is a tragedy. There's a link in the description. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe. Share the video as you see fit. Yet another mass shooting, this time in New Orleans, the lower 9th Ward, and the specific location is 2000 block of St. Maurice Avenue. This happened Monday morning just after 12:30 a.m. 2 people dead, 4 injured. We don't have too many details, but what we do know is that a 19-year-old male and a 19-year-old female have been killed, shot and killed. Of the injured, 4 injured. One is a 17-year-old female, one's an 18-year-old female. The other 2 are 18-year-old males. Of course, full condolences to the families of all of the victims, notably the 2 that died, 19-year-old male, 19-year-old female. We don't know their names. And we do hope and pray that the 4 injured do make full recoveries. That's pretty much all we know, pretty much. So we know the location. We're told that this happened during a party. We're told that neighbors describe the property as being a short-term rental property. What does that mean, a short-term rental property? Well, it could mean a number of different things, but what springs to my mind is an Airbnb property, a property which is rented out by Airbnb on a regular basis, perhaps through another service much like Airbnb, and a property perhaps, this is speculation on my part, that is used regularly solely for the purposes of hosting a party. You want to have a party, your group of friends want to have a party, you don't want it down at your house. You rent a short-term rental property for the night, for the weekend. Host the party. Any damage, you don't really need to worry about it. You know, maybe you lose your bond. Any disturbance to the neighbours, don't really need to worry about it. They're not your neighbours, you're only there for the weekend or for a short term. So perhaps that's the situation, perhaps it isn't, but that's what would be my guess. We've seen a few examples like this. I do recall in New York, was it Brooklyn, that tragic case of the 13-year-old girl, I think she was 13, she killed her cousin, a 14-year-old boy. She accidentally shot and killed him, and then subsequently a moment later she shot and killed herself. We're not sure if that was accidental or not. But that's what springs to mind. That if I recall correctly, that was in an Airbnb property, which was regularly used as a party place. What do we know about the shooters? We know nothing at all. So the article is not telling us if it's believed that there's one shooter or multiple shooters. We don't know. We don't know if the shooter or shooters were guests at the party. Perhaps they were guests. Perhaps they knew the victims. Perhaps they weren't. Perhaps they were neighbours. And perhaps they were unhappy about the property yet again being used as a party venue. Perhaps they were gate crashers. Perhaps they went there for a good time and their idea of a good time didn't mesh with the host of the party. We don't know. And part of the reason we don't know is seemingly there's not many or any witnesses coming forward with a great deal of information. Much of the article is complaining about that very notion, that citizens in the local area are being too silent. Encouraging residents to come forward with whatever information that they have, so that the criminals in question, the shooters, can hopefully be apprehended by the investigators, the police. But if nobody comes forward, if the shooters are protected by the community, then, these things are just going to carry on and on and on. That's pretty much all we know. So I'm going to wrap things up. So again, condolences to all of the victims concerned. We hope, we pray that those injured, the 4 that are injured, are able to make a full recovery. But I'm going to throw this last bit in as well. I don't see any likely improvement. I mean, this is just my speculation. What the heck do I know? Nothing at all. But I can't see a solution to this. In America, you have a proliferation of guns. You have a proliferation of gangs. This seems commonplace. No motive is known. Sometimes your mass shootings are due to somebody angry about something or other in society, and they want to promote their manifesto, their ideology. That's some of the reasons for some of the shootings. Some of the other shootings are gang related. Others are just coming out of nowhere, just from people that have guns and are happy to use them. So to me, the problem isn't going to go away, and it probably won't be remedied anywhere fast, anytime fast. I think the investigators are going to struggle in this case and other similar cases to find the shooters involved. People are going to get away with it, and whether or not, even if the shooters get caught, there'll be another incident in a few days' time, much the same. It's just going to continue to happen time and time again. That's my feeling anyway. But what do I know? Nothing at all. Going to wrap things up. Take care.